Hey there, Billy the Kid presents.
I'm happy to say I just had a great conversation with my man Dave. Told him about lawn service, and he actually has alternative solutions in mind, so hopefully there was a confirmation. Do not use pesticides on your lawn. They put it in cigarettes. You ever been to Colorado? There's Indians there too. That's the topic of this video. Here's a calendar. In the summer of his 27th year, coming home to the place he'd never been before. Born again. To be born again. Governor of Colorado owes me an apology from the 1800s. You know, there's no reincarnation law, but we're expecting big things as we move ahead. Rocky Mountain High, I've seen it rain fire in the sky. This pendant was purchased in Austin at a conference hosted by Kaya Ra, who is Joan of Arc, author of the Sophia Code, a book channeled at Mount Shasta. So Maya's got a calendar. I talk about it in this video. We're going to learn about Indian myths and legends. You're going to get to see a cardinal on a bird feeder. Talk about that a little bit. So it'll be nature-based, natural, almost vegan. Colorado is one of the states of the four corners. Colorado, New Mexico, Utah, and Arizona. That's where the three mesas are, and they mirror Orion, but it's upside down because the third mesa is Mintaka. And on the dock, Scottish. Then from there you can go east to Canyon de Chelly. That's the planet Saiph, S-A-I-P-H. I always say Saiph. Below Orion's belt. That left leg kicking over to the Doggone tribe. Now John Denver experienced an unfortunate death. An experimental airplane. Skydive. Monkey see, monkey do. Improvise. That was a pretty big hit. It knocked you on your ass, viewer. So these are the 3 months we'll be talking to 6 days a week. 261 is 1 June.
From Weebly.com. In one of these kingdoms, Magadha, Gautama Buddha and Mahavira propagated their shamanic philosophies during the 5th and 6th century BCE. From Synonym.com. The legend of the 5 suns is the Aztec creation myth of 5 births of 5 different worlds, including the world we live in today.
It's an increase in density. our planet Gaia to be Tara, way down the road, is entering fourth density. So our sun is fifth density, known as the fifth sun.
From Goodreads.com. The sixth sun bears a curse as certain as the seventh sun bears a blessing. From worldhistory.org. The legend details the ascent of the Hopi from below the earth to its surface and how they learned to live in their new world. The Hopi are Native Americans who primarily live in northeastern Arizona.
Learn about the Hopi, they're very special. So we've kicked off the month of May. The fifth sun is per the Aztecs, and the sixth sun is other tribes. And in addition, we're into May, Maya, 5-5 portal. Yeshua ben Joseph and Mary Magdalene had a daughter named Sarah, and he's the Shemesh. That's over here, the source of the X-flare. Saratoga, water, 1.5. And if you're hanging around this prison planet when we get liberated, it's going to be great. We're going to be flying around in Merkabas. Death will discontinue for Homo sapiens, and our divine inheritance will begin. The last death of such critters like us is 2111. It's Charles, maybe on his way back home, with his Neuralink implanted, and his father was the last human barred from coming back here. He jetted off to Max 0647 because he knew about it. There'll be a 6 portal over here on Kin 266. Now, if you have a birthday on one of these days, try and remember the number of your kin in addition to the Roman date. I think that's wise. Eventually, I'll be putting together something that goes on a phone that's helpful. I'll meet Pam Gregory, ask her for astrological input, and we'll learn new things. Whew, we never stop learning.
From 50states.com. The cardinal is a type of finch that can be found in gardens, streamside, and woodlands throughout the east and southwest sections of the United States. The time is 3:05 p.m. Today is Friday, May 1st.
Life's busy, but your checking account doesn't have to be. With GTE Carefree Checking, you get a simple, convenient, free checking account. No monthly maintenance fees, no minimum balance required. Switch your direct deposit in seconds and enjoy secure banking that works for you. From an award-winning mobile app to real-time payments with Zelle, plus access to over 30,000 fee-free ATMs nationwide. GTE Financial goes beyond money. Learn more at gtefinancial.org/carefree. Federally insured by NCUA.
Sarah
Thursday, April 30th, and one
Toga.
of America's most transformative laws
Saratoga.
has been transformed again.
From Quora.com. The origin of the name Saratoga is a Native American term that means a place of rapid water.
Historic ruling, the Supreme Court limits the reach of the Voting Rights Act.
This is part of the effort of the court to move on.
I don't vote anymore, but I like my water.
This could set off a race to
First density, fifth octave. It's mineral water. It's carbonated. Water is life. In Gaelic, it's Ishki Baha. You add a few drops of water to your whiskey and you'll get pulverized, so I don't drink anymore. The Scene Way, truth, and life.
It's 7:19 p.m.
Hey Alexa, play songs by 719.
719 by Chops on Amazon Music.
This how we do it in the 719. These motherfuckers always trying to come and get it by mine, but they can suck on this nine. They fucking wasting my time. They said you can't be chasing pussy cause these rookers are fine.
These are mockingbirds at work.
In the 719, representing CEO. I gotta give it to my city where these bottles be itty gritty. We're squeezing titties and fitties, you gotta feel me. So don't fuck with us cause we'll fuck up this place. Representing shit that coming.
And the ambidextrous, multi-talented, flipping, tree swinging, nut eating, foraging squirrel. Sacred squirrel, Rocky and Bullwinkle. All right, great intermission. Back to the show. We're all born again, including these guys. On time, on target.
Hey, you say Shot City?
Hey Alexa, play the Cardinals.
Here's some music by the Connells on Amazon
Hey
Music.
Alexa, play this. Hey Alexa, play the Red Cardinal.
I'm not quite sure how.
Hey Alexa, play the song The Red Cardinal.
Here's Red Cardinal by Molly Johnson on Amazon Music.
Red cardinal way up on the wire. Little bird, you caught my eye. To my head, the way you sing, I don't reach your everything. I would surely be remiss if I did not ask you this. What's it like to be out there, to live your life without a care?
Everybody's hungry.
Red cardinal, what a curious sight. Wish I may come what might.
Hungry?
Something must have sent
Isn't that a country? Well, there's a feeder. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The time is 8:23 a.m. It's Saturday, May 2nd.
Hey Alexa, what happened in history on this day? Okay, today is May 2nd. Got another great night's sleep. I know I'm quite a ways into this video with my outdoor animal and people footage, but now we're going to get into metaphors and truth. So there are many tribes of Indians in the U.S. The Mohawk, the Lakota, the Sioux, the Hopi, the Apache, the Iroquois, the Seminole. You could go on. They're all over the place. The Algonquin, the Apache, the Aztec. I mentioned Apache twice because they're pretty cool, but the Hopi are the best. No, we're all equal. So this calculation of the sun is breaking down on the 3 ages: Lemuria, Atlantis, and the Common Era. Now, if you go halfway between each one, you're at the entry point of the 6th sun. That's where we're at right now. You'll be seeing this, but it's elemental. 1.3 is the wind, 1.4 is fire, and 1.5 is water flood. So that's the first, second, and third worlds. And now we're on New Earth. You'll see that too in the 4th world. And lastly, measurements of density. Elemental, we just talked about a few elements. Then cyclical life, then us. So the Earth right now is entering 4th density, Gaia by name. And we're joining her. But the sun is in the 5th density. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has to do with awareness. Are you aware? All right, let's watch some great footage on the Roku. Got plenty more to come.
Hello, my relatives. I am an ally and I come from Yellow Thunder Village in a very sacred Black Hills, our holy land. Mother Earth is what really it's all about. The female-male balance in the universe, the disrespect for everything that is sacred is what's wrong with this society. And nothing's ever going to happen until this society accepts the fact in their heart that what is needed is the knowledge and the wisdom that the earth is a living being. So please, start putting it in your heart. She's alive. And she hurts. And she feels like you and I.
It's the Hopi belief, it's our belief that if you're not spiritually connected to the earth and understand the spiritual reality of how to live on earth, it's likely you will not make it.
Death proves
Everything
it.
is spiritual. Everything has a spirit.
It's Canyon de Chelly. See the Twin Towers? There's a White House near there
The
too.
Creator, the one creator. Some people call him God, some people call him Buddha, some people call him Allah, some people call him other names. We call him Tonkashila, grandfather.
The Lakota prophecies are brought to us by a great warrior named Crazy Horse. And everything is said it's going to happen, it happened here. And there are 2 more things that's about to happen. he said he heard the voices of the children cry. So today we look around, you are the children, and see what's happening. You are. You are search for the spirituality.
See how arrogant the Western white culture is? They say Columbus discovered America. But once you add reincarnation, you know, that was Barack Obama. He never set foot on Conus in that life. And his wife has a male appendage, Michelle, a Baphomet.
And you are hunger for spirituality, and you are thirst for the spirituality.
Mind, body, spirit.
And many things has gone wrong today. We start from the child abuse to child neglect, spouse abuse, elderly abuse, and abuse of one another.
All Native American prophecies are coming true.
And that is a sign where it says, you heard the voices of the children cry. So we are in that era right now. You know, I think we're at the end of it. And the next thing he saw, he said, he seen a huge light flash in the sky. And day become brighter than days. And charcoal and ashes fall from sky and cover the earth. And the next day, there was a new beginning because he seen new grass grow when the water is cleared. And this time he only see God's children playing down there.
No, these are the prophecies. These are what we heard. These are what we know. We've been told again and again. 200 years we've been listening to the prophecies. And the first thing you understand is, they're here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that happened already. That happened. So we are living in a time, like my grandson said, what's going to happen to me? Well, that's our job. Our job is to change people's minds. People have to change.
Mind.
Directions have to change.
Body.
Values have to change.
Spirit.
Otherwise, there's no mercy in nature. None. No mercy. Nature has none. Has only law, only rule. You don't abide the rule, you suffer the result.
It's consciousness.
And it's just no habeas corpus here. It's what you do, how you live. Peacemaker said to the chiefs at the time, he said, build your nation on these principles. The first principle of peace. Peace. And with peace is health. Second principle, justice. You leaders, be fair to your people. And with that will come justice. Third one, power. The power of being united. The power of the good mind. Power of one mind. The other instruction the peacemaker said was, never take hope from the people. Give the people hope. And what is hope? It's leadership. It's principle. And that means the leader's got to be out there. Fight is on. Big fight now.
Always running out of...
So leadership. Leadership is taking care of your people and setting the example. Surrender. This video is very long, the one I'm about to show, so we're only going to do 5 or 10 minutes.
2012 to 2021. The dawn of the sixth sun, the path of Quetzalcoatl. The dawn of the sixth sun.
A dragon.
The path of Quetzalcoatl. There can no longer be the shadow of a doubt. We have entered.
Please listen to the analogy of our one true creator, because it's coming up.
A period of rapid and deep-seated worldwide transformation.
Sophia.
It is entirely remarkable that the timing of this epochal process has been foretold by the pre-Columbian people of Mesoamerica. And it is even more remarkable that they have foreseen the release of the wisdom we need to master this transformation precisely now, when it is actually taking place. And most remarkable of all, This wisdom includes concrete practical instructions on how to master our body and our mind to cope with the challenge that awaits us. Because in the final count it is us, each one of us, who needs to become the change we must accomplish in our world, not by becoming a mastermind who manipulates the external world, but one who masters the inner world of his or her own consciousness. Sergio Margana, the inheritor of this wisdom and now its spokesman, shares this unique and uniquely precious knowledge with us. We can be grateful that he can do so today, and that he lives up to his historical
It's a
mission.
Mayan circle.
His writing deserves to become a pillar of the new paradigm wisdom we need as we enter the critical years that mark the
March
dawn of the
12th
sixth
is
sun
6
from
o'clock.
the present year 2012 to the new horizon, the year 2021. Irvine Laszlo, Nobel Prize nominee, author and founder, president
Every
of the
year
Club
it's
of
March
Buddhists.
12th.
Speaking from the Nahuatl tradition, Sergio Margana has been entrusted with the sacred task of revealing one's secret knowledge on the transformation of the earth and humanity, both collectively and individually, as the age of the sixth sun unfolds. This book is an instruction manual for anyone who wants to awaken from the dreamlike trance of ordinary reality and attain a truly lucid state. Daniel Pinchbeck, Executive Director of Evolver.net and author of 2012, The Return of Quetzalcoatl 2012-2021, The Dawn of the Sixth Sun, The Path of Quetzalcoatl shows us that the knowledge and tradition of the pre-Columbian people of Mesoamerica, creators of the Mayan and Aztec calendars, has not been lost. They speak to us now at this critical time in history and generously give us practices and insight based on their understanding of cosmic mathematics. The ancient knowledge that Sergio Margana
2021
shares in
from
this book
2012.
teaches us how to realign ourselves with the universe so that we can play our true role as conduits for the transition from one era of
The
human
last shall be
consciousness
first.
to the next.
Prince Charles.
Dr. Marilyn Schlitz, Global Ambassador and Senior Scientist,
Philip,
Institute
his
of
father.
Noetic Sciences. This is not a book to read. This is a book to study. Take it seriously. Sergio is not
Charles
alone
made
in saying
king.
these things, although
Father
the
was
language
prince.
may be unfamiliar. In
Elizabeth.
essence, he says, clean up your act now, do
They say
delay.
Elizabeth I
Other
was a
traditions have
man,
been saying this in
never
a much
married.
more muted way, that is Buddhist teachers, etc. I am looking forward to trying the exercises. Gay Luce, founder of Nine Gates Mystery School, Sergio Margana Osalogatl did a brilliant job in demystifying the Toltec Mexico calendar. He gives us a vision of hope and inspires us to do the inner spiritual work needed to lead us to a beautiful transformation. 2112 to 2021, the dawn of the sixth sun is filled with practices to help us learn how to thrive and not just survive. Sandra Immerman, author of Shamanic Journey,
Common
A
Era
Beginner's
is
Guide and How to
concluding.
Thrive in Changing Times. Forward, our human urge toward
Lemuria,
wholeness has propelled a
Atlantis,
rash of
Common Era.
publications over the past 60 years, weaving together Eastern and Western philosophies and spiritualities in the studies of human consciousness. These past 30 years have seen the emergence of the precious wisdoms of the South, Central America and, of course, Mexico. The real work of integration is only now just beginning. Each culture holds a choice and tasty morsel of our spiritual wholeness. However, not all books provide an equally nutritious meal. I am delighted to write the foreword for this wonderful new edition primarily because it afforded me the pleasure and honor of reading it. There could not be a more timely or important book. Quite simply, this book is a masterpiece. Sergio Margana has managed the 9 possible task of translating not only a little-known authentic oral tradition of the Mexican people, but their profound and complex cosmology as well. The information contained in these pages offers a glorious vista into indigenous science, a human yet mathematical worldview based in the precision of the cycles of great nature. This knowledge, coupled with the direct means to personally engage these cycles, provides the reader the exact spiritual food required at this time. In the writing of this book, Sergio has opened a window into the reality of a wise and sacred people who have come through time to save us now, at the turning of the tide. Dawn of the Sixth Sun is written with the original Nahuatl language intact in its pages. While this is something publishers generally find troublesome, It is absolutely essential to the honoring and bringing forth of this genuine Mexican tradition. Great power is held in the vibration of ancient language, and Sergio has done an impeccable job giving us just enough Nahuatl to taste and try wrapping our tongues around, while defining in clear and concise language the meaning of these hard-to-translate words and transmitting to us the fabulous cosmovision they spring from. Sergio delivers well-guarded oral prophecies from ancient wisdom keepers that define our time, explaining the meaning of the sun's 1-5, and setting the stage for what is coming, sixth sun, with us as the main players. Next there is at long last a coherent explanation of the Aztec and Mayan calendar system and those Castandian terms tonal, newel, and dreaming while awake. Sergio then takes us by the hand, step by step into a world of 13 heavens and down through 9 underworlds, building a foundation of knowledge that shows us the meaning and importance of each layer of reality and how they fit together in a cycle of constant creation that is both personal and cosmic. Based on the cosmological framework he has provided, Sergio can then deliver the nectar of the tradition actual practices to cleanse the shadow, engage the power of the cosmic forces, and step like a warrior into life, dreaming, and death. What sets this book apart from the crowd is the authenticity of knowledge and depth of framework Sergio provides in order to offer practices that are clearly stated, easy to use and yet exceedingly powerful. The fact that this knowledge is not available elsewhere, as it comes
11 September is 12 o'clock.
Makes this book all the more challenging to write,
December.
and all the more precious to hold in our hands.
Over to the right.
Let this serve as a warning to those who think they are just
March
reading a book. Engage in these
is below.
practices and your life
And
will
June
change.
is to the left.
My work of the last 25 years within the Inca tradition has elaborated meaning in our human-nature relationships, providing an organic framework of human spiritual development, while focusing on the use of living energy within our intentional and conscious life, an apartment expertise for those known as the children of the sun. The techniques offered here target in great detail the essential
I
work
hope
of
you
the
were
moon,
rainbow warriors.
acknowledgement and cleansing of the shadow, and the
They
process
are.
of intentional dreaming, the Mexican approach to the unconscious.
We're all
I
back.
find these techniques a powerful complement to
remnants.
those of their more southerly Inca cousins. Now, I want to take a moment in this foreword to give you readers the honor that I have had of getting to know this author personally. I first met Sergio in the fall of 2008 when he attended a seminar at my farm in Hawaii. Sergio, while a charmingly perfect gentleman, was quite shy and retiring, telling us no more about himself than I have a radio show in Mexico. It was only later the following year, after he invited me to teach in Mexico City, that I discovered the fantastic healing center he had founded, the scope and range of Sergio's abilities as a healer, and the extent of his
Mexico
well-deserved
City.
fame in Mexico. He never spoke about any of his accomplishments until I questioned him, and then, only under duress. Like most authentic healers, teachers, and real persons of power,
Trump wants
Sergio
the
is a
border.
bit
He doesn't
of a
want
reluctant
Mexicans here.
messenger, the honest stance of someone with a true
But they're
calling
coming.
as a cultural bridge, due
They've
to
been
the
here.
enormous responsibilities involved. Since his naming ceremony described at the beginning of this book, he has stepped resolutely onto the path. This, however, does not make
Hugh
it an
Culverhouse
easy
from
one.
the Bucks had the
Also
big
of
sombrero.
God, I salute your daring, your loyalty,
And
your
came the
bravery,
Blazers,
your
clutching the
commitment.
books.
I continue to be
And John
profoundly
Gruden merged
grateful
with
to
Chucky.
Sergio as his invitation to Mexico afforded
They
me
fired
several pivotal
Dungy.
experiences of perception that have changed my life.
Sank.
Upon first setting
Bruce,
foot on the motherland
the
of
Buccaneer.
Mexico City, I found
They
myself
literally
instantly
did that in a
bombarded,
ceremony at the
deluged,
stadium.
crushed to near drowning by the thunder of waves of
5G,
power rolling over me,
excitement.
emanating from the sacred central geography
Subliminal.
that is Tenochtitlan, central Mexico City.
You too.
Second, I became captivated by the immediate knowledge of the crucial role this sacred power center has to play in the flowering forth of the new human culture that we are currently unfolding. My previous 25 years found me working steadily at the navel of this unfoldment in Cusco, Peru. In coming to Mexico City, I found I had at last arrived to its heart. I can think of nothing more beautiful than to be in accurate, artistic, and intentional harmony with the glory of our sacred cosmos. Sergio offers us that incomparable gift
Giant
and sharing with
spaceship
us these
equals
ancient
Greenland.
techniques to do just what our souls
Landed
yearn
by the
for, to
progenitors.
belong, to be connected, to become
Tunnels
intentionally
and
one
portals
with the
all the way
cycles
through
and rhythms
Canada,
of what is happening right now on
down
our
towards
Earth.
Vancouver.
To participate in this dramatic moment of historic change as the human part of the planetary
McKinley,
body begins to perceive itself as
Fort
one
Greely.
being. What could be more exciting? Why else would we choose to be
all
born
connected.
here, now, if not
And
to take part in this great
because the
turning
dark
of the
side
wheel?
wants
Why
in.
else would you be reading this right now?
They just keep coming.
Bravo, Sergio, for a stunning job.
They
Beyond
got David
well done.
Wilcock.
Bravo, Amrita. Blossoming books for recognizing
Electronic,
the importance,
focus,
beauty, and power of this tradition and publishing the
energy.
book as you have. I repeat, this book is a
Voice to skull.
masterpiece. I, for one, shall use the practices and knowledge herein diligently to ready myself so that we may together become the dawn of the sixth sun, paving the road with flowers,
Let's
chants
do that.
and dances that Quetzalcoatl, the Sape Inca, Sapicoya, and all sacred
Quetzalcoatl.
beings of all traditions may walk
Like Puff the
united on
Magic
this
Dragon.
earth in love
What?
and power. May Mexico and each of us flower forth to accomplish
dark
your
side.
sacred and magnificent, lush and
Dark
fragrant
to light.
destiny. Antioch.
Guru.
Elizabeth B. Jenkins, Hawaii, February 14th, 2012. 1. And how did it all start? The sowing of the name Miyi Asalogatla Ya Yak Ya Zak
December 2012.
Force and power. I am a spring, and I emanate. This greeting in the Nahuatl language contains words of power. My original name is Sergio Magana, and since my youth I have been following a number of spiritual paths and have developed a number of healing techniques, which have turned out to be incredibly effective for thousands of people both in Mexico,
He's relatively
my native
unknown.
country, and in other countries too, and
the
which
voters.
I have since shared with my students. One day, a great Tandian master told me something very beautiful, and later in my life he was proved totally right. Although you may begin your spiritual awakening by following some other path, the one that is actually calling you is the voice of your land and tradition. I therefore heeded my calling. I went to the sacred mountains of Mexico.
We're all getting there individually.
Where I made offerings
guides.
based on the little knowledge that I had
Ones
at the
that are
time of
staying
making
here.
offerings. There I requested permission to gain the knowledge of my own land and asked that the masters would come to me. And so it happened.
Either you
I came
believe or you
across my
don't.
first master without
You have that
searching
right.
for him. He appeared as one of my students, and it was only afterwards that he started to teach me. Thank you, Chiugo, for your far-reaching vision. You recognized my path well before I did, and the others too appeared in the same way. After deepening my studies, I decided to step resolutely into this tradition through the sowing of the name. It is only Mother Earth who can give us an Nahuatl name, and this name is based upon the influences present at birth and what is indicated in the calendar. This is how we are introduced to all the energies, or essences we call them, of ancient Mexico, and to the community as well, so that they are able to recognize us by our new name. It is like a new birth and a new destiny, which is why I shall no longer refer to anything I did before this day, as it was at this juncture that my new life commenced. On December 21st, 2010, various cosmic influences
2010.
manifested simultaneously. The winter solstice, a full moon and an eclipse, and for we followers of the Mexicahitl one, it was also the celebration of the birth of Huitzilopochtli, the hummingbird that flies to the left, which through its messages in the lucid dreaming state would guide the Mexicans, Mexica in the Nahuatl language, to become the greatest empire across the whole of ancient Mexico. Huitzilopochtli, to whom I
21
have
December.
dedicated chapter 11, is the energy that rules the southern direction
The
in
world
the
was
waking
supposed to
state
end.
world. It is this energy that removes all thorny obstacles from the path, and bestows the strength to persevere and bring all projects to fruition. For me, however, this day was even more special. It represented the culmination of my constant quest for the knowledge of ancient Mexico. My masters Oathel Tu Sodenehuatl name in me, and presented me to the energies and the cardinal points 3. I therefore received new responsibilities and a new name that I had to honor, Ocelotl, Coyote Jaguar, given to me by Tonantzin-Coatlicue, the ancient Mother Earth of Mexico City, whose old name was Tenochtitlan IV. That day I asked that all thorny obstacles to the spread of the truth of the ancient knowledge of this land be removed, and I asked to acquire the necessary willpower to accomplish such a task. From that moment on, two mixed energies started to coexist inside me, as it says in the prophecy, melted metal in clay pots. My parents, who attended the ceremony, presented me with a gift, a very ancient book that my mother had obtained from her father, who was of Spanish descent, The True History of the Conquest of New Spain by Bernal Diaz del Castillo. Inside the book, my mother wrote a dedication that deeply moved me, and which
RH negative blood, Spain and Portugal, swept through South America, all the way to the Philippines, Magellan.
Share with all my readers, because it contains the essence of the book that you are holding in your hands.
Okay, so you got a very good idea of what this message is all about. 1 o'clock, Isis, the Statue of Liberty, a gift from France. The 2 spot, Hathor, prior personality of Mary Magdalene. The 3 spot, Tara, from Karnak, east of Luxor, is the rendition and the relics and the buildings now. 4 is the Blessed Mother. 5 is her son and Mary Magdalene. By the way, Mother Mary was Isis. 6 is Guan Yin, the woman of 1,000 waters. She can shake the planet. And in the 7th spot is the White Buffalo Woman. Of the Sioux tribe is Kaya Ra channeled. And to add to that, it's the Hopi Corn Doll, the Blue Kachina. 777 is a gateway. That's why your heart is offset. 2 or 3 more minutes.
Celestial bodies return to their original position, except the Pleiades that instead accumulate an ongoing delay of 7 days per year. And this is why it takes 52 years before they can be seen again in the same cosmic location.
13 months.
The Gregorian calendar is equally based on the movement of the Pleiades, which accounts for the year being divided into 52 weeks, each comprising 7 days. The mathematics of the cosmos is an integral part
Times
of our
13,
daily life. And
364,
people intuitively feel
91,
something for renewal
91,
around the date that each
91,
culture has earmarked for their
91.
New Year celebrations. When the cycle of 52 by 7 equals 364 is completed. Different cultures have developed different methods to compensate for the missing day. In the Aztec calendar, this adjustment is made by celebrating the new year once at midnight, the next year at dawn, the following year at midday, and the one after at dusk. In this way, the missing day is accounted for over a 4-year period. The Mayan calendar contains it.
The reason that it occurs is because after 364 days, there's 1 day left, but you're off to day 1. So as it cycles around, it's going to take that long to get lined back up again. Think about that because it makes sense. All right, thank this provider. Enlightenment. It's pretty simple. 6 years ago. All right, that's all I'm going to cover for this to keep it relatively short, but there are so many videos out there on Indian tribes and prophecies. It's staggering. For a fact that there are advanced cloning capabilities. This man was a good friend of George H.W. Bush. I mean, familial. An employee, too. And he goes back so far. He assisted with the Mujahideen, and he was a player. And, you know, you come back to CONUS, you shave it up, you're going to get an award. He's got some American name, and his picture is over in Langley right now as
Tim Osmond.
Successful hero for George H.W. Bush and the Nazis that never lost because it's the CIA. It's William Casey. It's your TV program. And he'd tell you that right now if you wouldn't need to waterboard him wherever he is. I hope he's doing well. Why wouldn't you? What'd he ever do to anybody? He didn't blow up those buildings. His friend did, the American. Stand by. He had no idea what flatulent was. William
He's a
Garrison.
great man.
Kenny Stout.
He overarched his murder.
Great
He would have
Salt
been running
Lake.
things. And these poor kids. I mean, come on. Do they look like they've, what? Francisco.
Fatima's the daughter
Fatima
of
might be
Mohammed.
Muhammad's daughter. Stand by. Here's this goober still talking about 9/11. A freaking waterboard, this dementia-ridden varmint.
The dunce.
Okay, there's Jimmy. A little bit stoic in the later years. CNN talking head. There's your ice cream man. Tell me when I'm passing by. E.T. No.
In 1982, a truck driver strapped himself into a lawn chair, attached 42 helium balloons to it, and flew. He planned to reach 100 feet. He reached 16,000. Larry Walters had dreamed of flying since he was 13. The Air Force rejected him. Poor eyesight. So in 1982, he bought a lawn chair from Sears for $110. Attached 42 weather balloons filled with helium. He took his pellet gun, packed sandwiches, Coca-Cola, a pack of beer, and lifted off from his backyard in Los Angeles. The tether snapped before he was ready. He shot up 16,000 feet in minutes. Commercial airline pilots spotted him and radioed air traffic control. He dropped his pellet gun accidentally. It fell 16,000 feet. He shot out enough balloons to descend, tangled in power lines.
He stayed conscious. 14,000, you're starting to get thin on air.
Find him. They couldn't revoke his pilot's license because he didn't have one. His lawn chair now sits in the National Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C.
Very good.
When asked why he did it, he said, "A man can't just sit around." The host set the
Friend
scene,
of Epstein.
explaining the little game they were about to play. It's called Fave Fives, they said. I'll ask the question. Ivanka, you answer first, and then Dad, you answer also. Ivanka smiled, poised as ever. Either real estate or golf, she offered when asked about her favorite things she had in common with her father. Then it was Donald's turn. He grinned, eyes glinting with mischief. Well, I was going to say sex, he quipped, but I can't relate that.
Daughter of
The crowd
Hitler.
gave a nervous laugh. The host quickly tried to deflect. Oh, that was Hulk Hogan. Creepy earlier, Donald had already laid the groundwork. Asked what he shares in common with his daughter, he'd said, "First of all, I like her very much. I think she's a really nice woman. I thought it was a little unusual to have politics mixed with the movies. And it's been done before, I guess a little bit. But it was a little bit unusual to see her. Yeah, but I do like
There's
her.
Napoleon.
I think she's terrific." The host set the scene, explaining the
Okay.
little game they were about to play.
Have a great
It's
day.
called Fave Fives,
Thank you
they
for
said.
watching.